Hey guys, it's K.The.J, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how I finished the Microsoft logo alphabet. I'm sure you guys have all seen Microsoft software lineup and their respective logos like PowerPoint, Word, Excel, etc. And over the past several years, Microsoft has made more and more products with more and more logos, all flashing that same general icon aesthetic. A letter inside of a square with some iconic logo that helps you instantly recognize what product you're looking at. Now, Microsoft has come so close to making a product for every letter of the alphabet, but unfortunately, I had to finish the job. Meaning, I updated any old logos or discontinued products from Microsoft and even came up with some of my own ideas and product logos. I would like to note, I have absolutely zero graphic design experience, none at all. The only reason I did this was because the lack of a complete Microsoft alphabet had been bugging me since I was in elementary school. As more and more products were being released by Microsoft, they weren't just getting close enough to complete those ABCs fast enough. So, without further ado, I present to you the complete Microsoft logo alphabet. Starting off, we have A for Access. Now, Access is a database managing software that's kind of like Excel, except instead of manipulating and managing data, it's more used for retrieving and accessing data, hence the name. Next up is B for Bookings. Bookings is a scheduling software developed by Microsoft that it basically just lets companies fill out forms that let you sign up for appointments for different companies. Basically just like a scheduling service. Next up is C for Copilot. Copilot is basically just Microsoft's ChatGPT. Now, for the original logo, I liked the overall shape of like the kind of like the circle with like the little like wavy kind of design, but I didn't really like the rainbow effect, so I took that away and added the square, and now it looks like this. Next up is D for Designer. Designer is an AI-powered graphic designing tool developed by Microsoft, and I would like to know I did not use it for any of these logos, so don't think I did. So I liked the D shape of the original logo, but again, didn't really like the rainbow effect because it doesn't really match the overall feel of the other logos. So I took that away and made it pink because it kind of felt right, and then I added the D, and this is what it looks like. All right, next up is Microsoft Edge. Edge is Microsoft's browser that uses Bing as its search engine. Basically just knock off Google Chrome, in my opinion. I don't really use it. But yeah, so I liked the earlier Edge logos where it had that orbit around the shape, but I didn't like the newer ones because it didn't really have that. So I implemented that orbit and kept the blue style of most of the Edge logos and added that iconic square with the E. This is what it looks like. Next up is F for Forms. Forms is Microsoft's, form filling out service. Basically just like Google Forms, exactly the same thing. It's just a form filling out service, nothing really to it. Next up is G for GitHub. Now it would be absurd of me to not include this because Microsoft bought GitHub back in 2018. And it would be absurd of me to not use the AutoCAD logo. So I took the original GitHub logo, I made it purple since it just feels right. Maybe there was some other connection, I don't know. But I took the AutoCAD logo and I threw the square on there, and it looks like this. I think it's pretty good. It could be better. All right, now we get to my first made up logo and software idea. So H is for Help, Microsoft Help. Now I had the idea that Microsoft could make like a much better customer service or like customer support type platform. And so I just came up with that as the idea. And for the logo, obviously it had to have a question mark because Help, the same logo, same idea. I really like the idea of using negative space. So I made the question mark have negative space, but then I gave like a shadow of a different color. I really like the overall blue teal-ish feel. So yeah, this is Microsoft Help, one of my ideas. Next up is I for InfoPath. Now, InfoPath was a software application that was kind of similar to Forms, except it had more structured and organized data. And it was more for like data input rather than just like questionnaire and survey input. And it was discontinued back in 2014, and they had the logo that was in the same style of that era, but they never updated it to fit the new style. So I updated it. I think it looks pretty good. I added the same overall purple feel to it, but I added a little bit of different colors in the arrows to kind of give it a more modern feel, if you know what I mean. All right, J is for J++. J++ was a derivative of Java made by Microsoft back in 1996, but it was discontinued in 2004 because of some lawsuit or something. So I liked the blue. The blue is a pretty nice color in the original logo, and since I wanted to make something a little creative, I put a diamond background with a different color, and then I threw the pluses into like kind of the logo. I think it looks okay. Next up, we have K is for keys. I'm really proud of this one. This is the one I made up. I thought it could be Microsoft's system-wide password manager, since for some reason Microsoft doesn't have a system-wide password manager. They only have one that works in Edge. So I thought you could call it keys. And so I made the key designs out of shapes in PowerPoint and then made 3 of them together. I think it looks really cool. I really like the orange because there's not a lot of bright orange logos in Microsoft's current system of logos. So this one's pretty cool. Next up, we have Microsoft Lens. Now, Lens is a pretty simple software. It's just used for, oh, there goes my hat. Just used for scanning documents and uploading them to OneDrive or other services. It's pretty simple. All right, M is for Microsoft Office Mix. Now, Office Mix was basically a Kahoot for PowerPoint. Basically, it would let you create quizzes and polls and stuff inside of PowerPoint, but it was discontinued a while ago because it wasn't just as good as Kahoot, I assume. So I didn't really do too much work on this one because I didn't really like the overall logo. I just kept the same, like the triangles, and I threw them onto the new logo. I could have put more work into this one, but I have better ones coming. N is for Note, or well, OneNote. Yeah, OneNote is basically just a notebook software. It does its job. It's pretty good. It's kind of like Word, but it's a little more flexible for taking notes. That's basically it. O is for Outlook. It's just Microsoft's mail platform. And that's about it. Outlook. P is for PowerPoint, which is a slideshow creating software, and I think it's the best one in the industry. It's what I use to create like all these logos except for the U, which I'll get to later. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'd say it's one of my favorite software programs of all time. It probably should be yours too because it's so good at what it does. That's PowerPoint for you. It's a logo. Next up, my personal favorite and the one I'm most proud of is Q for Quill. I had the idea that Microsoft could make some sort of drawing and animating software, and I'm like, well, Q could be Quill, like a writing utensil. And so I spent quite a lot of time on this one. I had the idea that there should be some sort of pen in the background, and with the shadows and stuff that I worked on, I'm pretty proud of it. It's really cool. There's not a lot of red icons for a lot of the products, so I figured it should be one of them, and it turned out great. This is the one my favorite by far. Next up, we have R is for Reader. Reader was an ebook reader developed by Microsoft back in 2000, but it was discontinued in 2012. I really liked the leaf idea above the R in the original logo, and I figured I could use that to put into the new logo. This one I'm also pretty proud of. Here's Microsoft Reader's logo. Yeah, I kind of incorporated the leaf aesthetic, and I made just like 4 different colors. I think this one is pretty good. I feel like it's the one that most feels like it would be an actual Microsoft logo. This one's also pretty good. Next up, we have S for SharePoint. SharePoint is kind of like OneDrive, except it's a little more souped up and has more cloud collaboration and management features. It also has this thing called the intranet, which basically lets you put up like your own web pages for your own website that works inside the SharePoint network. It's pretty cool, just basically souped up OneDrive. T is for Teams. Teams is Microsoft's Zoom, basically. It's just like a video calling and like another file management software. Lets you collaborate with your team stuff. Honestly, it should have been Skype, but because Skype flopped during the pandemic, it kind of went out of business, or out of the company, I should say. And yeah, it got replaced by Teams, and it's pretty good at what it does. Microsoft Teams. Next up is U for Uplink. This is an idea that I had that Microsoft could make like their own web hosting or website hosting service, kind of like Cloudflare pages, but it would be Microsoft based. They do technically have GitHub, and GitHub has GitHub pages, but I feel like this would be better suited to the Microsoft ecosystem. So yeah, I made the background globe in Microsoft Paint, but then I added the link logo in PowerPoint afterwards and made it blue. Microsoft Uplink. Alright, V is for Visio. It's basically just like a flowchart creator that lets you make flowcharts. And that's about all it does. It's pretty good at what it does though. I mean, it's Microsoft, so they make okay products. Okay. W is for Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word is probably the best document writing software in the world. Fight me. It's really good. But here's the logo. I didn't make it. Microsoft did. Alright. Next up, we have X is for Excel. Excel is arguably the most important software on the face of the earth because it literally like manages data for every single company you could probably think of. It's super good at what it does. Very good. Microsoft Excel. There are tutorials on how to use it and other videos. I'm not covering on that today. Second to last, we have Y is for Yammer. Yammer is a product, it's still around. It was a social networking platform. It's still around, it's called Viva Engage nowadays, but here's the old logo. I actually modified this one just a tiny bit because in the original logo it had rounded, the Y was rounded, but I just made it sharp and replaced the logo to make it consistent with the rest of the logos. So yeah, Microsoft Yammer. All right, last but not least, we have Microsoft Zones. This is another one I made up. Yes, I did use the Windows Defender logo for the background, but I mean, it's a security icon. Drop the hat. I figured it could be used for like a home security system that would like access all of your cameras and everything, and to be like a manager for your home and business security. So Microsoft Zones. I like the idea of having like a house inside the shield. So that's what I did. Put a house in the Windows Defender shield, made it red since there's not a lot of red logos. And yeah, Microsoft Zones. And that completes the Microsoft logo alphabet. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and got some satisfaction knowing that the entire Microsoft logo alphabet has been complete. Before you go, take some time and be productive. Do something creative today. This is K.The.J. I'll see you guys in the next video.